Hello, this is Megan.
And this is Mark.
Welcome to our 7th video journal of Avengers Campus construction at Disney California Adventure Park. Today is October 26th, 2019.
First of all, if we look at the Spider-Man show building, we can see that more internal ductwork has been installed. The ends of the ducts are sticking out of the building. This is what it looked like last week, and I'll dissolve the picture back to what it looks like today. Back in August, we saw air handlers lifted and installed. They were placed behind this tree. And here it is being lifted to position. More duct segments will be attached to the ducts coming out of the building, and then possibly attached to this air handler. Next, if we focus our attention to the Avengers headquarters building, we can see that the concrete that was added to the second level last week has cured. The concrete forms that were surrounding the concrete has been removed. Now if we look at the top of the building, we can see that there's a few metal base structures attached at the far end. They will be used to attach an antenna and a satellite dish to the building, and possibly some other things as well, as we can see here on the concept art. These look very similar to the base structures that were used to attach the rock spire framework into place during the Galaxy's Edge construction, as seen here. Now I'll dissolve the picture to when the framework was attached. Looking to the right of the picture, we can see a building that is located directly behind the headquarters. This building is for the Trolleys. In part 6, we briefly talked about this, talking about the different scenarios on how possibly this building could be removed to make room for the e-ticket show building that will be made during the Phase 2 construction. And we also talked about how the tracks could be rerouted around the headquarters building as well. However, it turns out that it looks like this area where the trolleys are housed could stay in the same location. We'll look at a satellite photo by Nearmap, the same one we viewed last week. The trolley building is located in the bottom right of the picture. Notice that the headquarters building is located directly in front. To make things a little clearer on how the tracks were originally routed to Sunset Boulevard from the trolley building, we'll look at a satellite photo of what it looked like before the construction began. Notice the trolley tracks extending out of the building. I'll highlight them in yellow and dissolve the picture back to the construction area. As you can see, the tracks go directly through the headquarters building. If you look closely, you can see that boards are placed on top of the tracks. It's hard to see the boards from this perspective since it's roughly the same color as the dirt. Back in August, we observed workers preparing to lay brickwork in front of the Guardians of the Galaxy. As the tracks extend farther into the construction area, we can see that boards are on top of the tracks. The tracks were never removed, and as mentioned in part 4, the boards were placed on top of the tracks to preserve them during the construction. If we look at concept art of the headquarters building, the trolley would go through the building about here. It'll be interesting to see if there will be a removable wall or door at this location to let the trolley in or out of the building when the trolley is not in use. Also, since it's noticeable on the ground level that the trolley tracks go into the building, I wonder if Disney will incorporate the trolley, or at least the tracks going into the building, as part of the theming. Or if they're able to hide the tracks going into the building. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Now if we go back to the satellite picture, notice that there's a slant at the back end of the building. This will allow the trolley to pass through a curve in the track. The trolley then goes to the headquarters and makes its way to Sunset Boulevard. Then travels down Hollywood Boulevard and Buena Vista Street. When the trolley returns back, it'll be interesting to see where the trolley stop will be on Sunset Boulevard. The trolley stop originally was located approximately here before the construction, and this would remain a good place to allow guests to enter since it's off the side of the walking path. Then this pattern would repeat itself during normal operation hours. And if it needs to go backstage, it'll go back through the headquarters and back to the trolley building. As we know, during the Phase 2 of the construction, the show building for the e-ticket attraction will be built, and this will be located behind the headquarters. And the main show building for the attraction will be attached to the headquarters, more than likely by a corridor. It will be interesting to see if the trolley building will be incorporated in a section of the show building, or will the show building be built adjacent to the existing trolley building? I guess time will tell. Alright, next we'll go down to the ground level and look at the Spider-Man show building. Part of the scaffolding in this area has been removed. We have a good view of the black water-resistant barrier that has been put on top of the sheathing. Next, if we look past the PIM test kitchen building through the scaffolding, we can see that the black weather-resistant layer has been added to the web suppliers building as well. Last week we saw the concretes being added to the second level of the headquarters. Here's a flashback from last week. The concrete that is being added in this shot is making contact with the inner portion of this metal framing that's sticking out. Now that the concrete is cured, it firmly sealed the framing into position. As I dissolve the picture back to what it looks like now, notice that the concrete forms have been removed and you can see the framing firmly sealed in the concrete. On the PIM test kitchen building, metal stud framing has been put up. They're in the process of creating the walls for the building. It is really coming along. Well, that's a taste of things to come.
We can't wait to see what they build next.